So I've got a bit of a fun deck to show you today. We are looking at Wugtrio EX. Now, obviously with Wugtrio, he's a brand new one in the Shining set, and honestly, always looks incredible. I'm a big fan of these Shining Pokemon. Obviously, you'll find him down here. We also have a Dondozo that I kind of just need to try out a certain way. But with obviously the Wiglet and also Wugtrio partnership, their main feature is one of your opponent's Pokemon is chosen at random, do 30 damage to it. So obviously that is going to be the Wugtrio, and then I kind of wish it would have just let me go into it. That's a shame. But then obviously with the Wugtrio damage, that is going to do that, but 3 times over. So one of your opponent's Pokemon is chosen at random 3 times. For each time a Pokemon was chosen, do 50 damage to it. So already that's a pretty decent attack anyway. We've seen it very similar to, I want to say, was it Dragonite, who has the Draco Meteor. Obviously one of your opponents chosen at random 4 times. For each time a Pokemon was chosen, do 50 damage. So if you have somebody like, I don't know, Palkia. Say we go to the deck. Say you got Palkia and he's got him only on the field. He will be hit 3 times for 150. If there's 2 of them, he could be hit twice. He could be hit once. He could be hit none. So obviously there is an element that you've got to see who they've got on the bench, because if they've got like 2 Palkias, an Arceus, and a Dialga, like the HP is massive. But he can still do it every single time. It only takes 3 different energies. And I've gone for kind of the Palkia backup, even though I would like to try and get Wugtrio out as quick as possible. Basically, Palkia is just in case we get, say, the Wiglet and not the Wugtrio, or the Wugtrio without the Wiglet. And he's kind of there as almost like a little bit of a backup. We've got the 2 Rocky Helmets in there. Misty obviously could do an absolute service for this. And if we do get it on the second turn, you're absolutely laughing, because there's very few things, because Wugtrio has got the 140 HP as well, that will defeat him that quickly. Like, you're going to get at least 2 attacks off at minimum, unless they've got a deck that's just been absolutely brilliant. I threw in 1 Cyrus to this, mainly because if, say, you hit somebody on the bench that hasn't got any energies on it, it could be great to pull that one into battle rather than necessarily the one they are leading with. So it's a nice little extra bonus there. Red is obviously decent if they've got a whole line of EXs on the bench, then that's going to be perfect in itself. Obviously Leaf to bring off Palkia into Wugtrio if you need it. Arita is going to be there for the healing damage, especially if you've had to start with Palkia, you've got Wugtrio on there and maybe a second one in the waiting as well. It's always good for some healing damage also. And then Dawn, just in case you bring off Palkia, you can add one to Wugtrio and just get that damage underway very quickly. And then obviously the Rocky Helmets just to deter as much as possible. But I think in general, like, you're gonna have games where it's not going to be as successful, but I do think you could definitely win a little bit with this. Now, it's not necessarily a tested, proven deck for many battles, but I'd be interested to see what other avenues you could go with this. I've seen obviously going for the Greninja on the bench. Maybe you could go with something like an Articuno or Starmie, but the main thing I want with Wugtrio, because it's very easy for it to just be put to the side and used every now and then, I want Wugtrio to be the main, and then there to be like a backup, like what I've done with Palkia. So if there's like a colorless Pokemon that could work in the background with maybe an ability or something along the lines, that would be pretty cool as well. But in general, this one could be just set down to Wugtrio and Misty. If you manage to get it straight away, you're absolutely laughing, but it will require you to get that evolution pronto. So let me know down below how you get on with this. You could also throw in, I suppose, if you wanted as another, what's it called, another trainer card, what you could do is take out, what could you take out? But take out potentially Red, maybe one of the, yeah, you could take a reader out, maybe one of them, and swap it for the Pokemon, or just one, and swap it for the Pokemon communication. Because if you do, say, get 2 Palkias, or at least 1, but you're just missing a Wugtrio, there's a very good chance that you do pull that instead next. That could be a breaking point right there as well. There's loads that you can do. We will obviously go ahead and try and mix these decks down and really kind of get to the bottom of what's the true ultimate deck of it, but it's just a nice, interesting one. I love the shinies, I love the deck. Let me know how you're getting on.